like
this.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
All right, bet. All right. Yo, it's your boy Snell. You're now tuned in to the LIQ podcast. You heard? Oh, bitch.
Let's get it.
Yeah, I put some reverb on that.
You are now tuned into the LIQ podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're now tuned in to the LIQ podcast. We are now officially teenagers. Episode 14.
We made it.
Yeah, we made it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, teenage years, it starts to get a little, you know what I mean? Life starts to hit you a little bit. You know what I mean?
Grow up a little
We
bit.
grew up a little bit. We got new sponsors with us. Shout out Earful. Yeah. Teasy, what up?
Hey, what's the deal? How you doing?
And you do know?
And you do know.
I told Teasy, I said, man, we got to fill that seat. We got to get it right. So he filling in for us today. Whoa, hope you feel better, bro.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I mean, big ginger shots. He was trying to make it, but he was like, I'm just out. I'm tapped out. I'm like, bro, pull up. I got ginger shots. He's like,
On my way.
no, he goes, I juiced my own ginger at home, mate. I said, all right, get better then, dog.
Yeah.
How was your day, bro?
Busy, productive.
Yeah. What was
Yeah.
you on?
We just printed for Hulu. You feel me?
Yeah,
That's fire, yo.
Yeah,
Can we get like
appreciate
some...
it.
Yeah, the claps. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, we just printed for Hulu for the Your Attention Please. It's a Black History Month, so it's like connected to all black creatives, young black creatives that's doing something, changing shit in the world right now.
So it's a show on Hulu.
It's a show on Hulu.
Got you.
Yeah.
This is big ups from here. So shout out to you, bro.
Shout out to God.
Word. Big love. All right.
For real.
Well, let's get straight into it, bro. Today's guest is an engineer, producer, and DJ from New York, nominated for a Grammy. He's engineered for Kanye West, PushaT, 070 Shake, Teyana Taylor, danileigh, Eric Bellinger, Don Q, and Rowland, to say the least. There's like a lot more, and he's from New York, so you know we got Davies under his belt and all the other little rappers that's going around crazy. He's been in a lot of big sessions, bro. He has a couple of gold plaques.
Oh.
Word. He got a couple of gold plaques, just a little light flex, right?
Like,
Have you ordered your plaques yet?
not yet, man.
All right. I gotta. Yeah, we gotta talk about that too. All right, he's traveling the world right now, pursuing the dream. You get me? He's in LA for a bit, so we had to lock him down while he's here and find out like things about the industry that we didn't know about. You know, because I feel like there's a lot of independent artists, but not a lot of people understand how the actual industry works and shit like that. So today,
That's a huge fact.
yeah. So today I kind of want to like break that down and just try to give some information to some people and shit like that. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, help me give it up for Snell. Let's go. Yeah. How you feeling, bro?
Feel amazing, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I just like landed on a TV set like out of nowhere.
Fire. Well, you actually did land yesterday, right?
I did land, yeah, yesterday.
Yeah. How long was you in New York for?
About 2 weeks, maybe a little bit more. About 2 weeks, yeah.
And so you're from New York, but you live in LA now.
Yeah, I tell people like I live in the United States. Like
Yeah.
right now, like my home base is LA, but you know I'm everywhere. So.
So you haven't been home in how long?
Shit, I left my crib January 3rd, so
Word.
I haven't really, since then. I don't know how long it's been.
How hard is it to build something of your own when you're always just out engineering, touring, doing all this? Like we were talking earlier about you building your own content and stuff like that. So how hard is it to build something of your own when you're out so much?
Well, yeah, that's a good question. Like, not gonna lie, it's hard, you know, to find a balance kind of when, especially as an engineer, because like basically my job is like, you know, a lot of people depend on like their entire careers like depend on me sending this mix, you know, at this time. So it's hard. I feel like you just gotta take like, for me, like I like to take turns. Like if I'm engineering, I'm gonna just focus on mixing, and then, you know, it's hard, it's difficult. Basically, right now, I've kind of decided, you know, I've been taking. Well, I would say on my birthday, like November 26th, like I really was like reflecting, and I'm just like, you know what, it's time to like do my own shit. Like, you know, I feel like I dedicated pretty much my whole career up to this point for everybody else's art, but you just got to make that decision, you know, because it's like, you know, I don't want to be known as an engineer my whole career because, it's, you know, I'm a producer, you know, that is very, you know, I just happen to be a great engineer, which is guiding me in the door.
Is that part of the building for you with using the internet to your advantage, being able to just cook and put out and stuff like that, like to build your brand?
Well, right now my plan is like, you know, I do a lot of things. You know, I DJ, produce, I write. So right now, I think the plan really is to build off of what I kind of started. Like I used to, before I moved to LA, I used to host. Before I moved to LA, I used to host open mics in New York, and I used to do showcases. I did a showcase called NYC versus 914. Had the best artists in New York City and Westchester. So and I kind of like left that to pursue that and come out to LA and pursue trying to work with people.
Yeah.
And I feel like, all right, that was successful. Now I feel like as an engineer, I kind of reached like my cap in the sense like I've done pretty much a lot of things I've set out to do as an engineer. So it's like,
yeah, I saw your interview. You were like, my goal in engineering was at some point into the end of my career was to mix for Kanye, and you did that early off the bat. So it's like, what's next? Yeah,
I mean, yeah, it was. I mean, I've been engineering and producing since I was like 12, 13. So like, I moved to LA and then shit just started happening. You know, I just kind of just went for it. I'm just like, fuck it, let me just see what happens.
Yeah, and I feel like now with the open mics and taking a break from that to build, you know, everything you've done over here, it's only gonna help your open mics.
Yeah, now it's like that's really like a building, like a stepping stone.
Yeah, because you got more artists coming to you now because they know your resume.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna, you know, put out my own albums. That's really what I'm focused on. Like
albums, you mean you rapping, you just producing?
No, I mean, kind of like inspired from what I saw Kanye do with the 3 albums. Like, you know, I'm everywhere. I'm really primarily in New York, LA, and Miami. So my plan is to do an album with New York City artists, LA artists, Miami artists.
Fire.
And then I'm gonna drop them consecutively, like 1 a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Fire.
And then have concerts for each one of them. Kind of set up a mini tour for me.
Gotcha.
Using the momentum of the open mics, you know. So
well, if you need a podcast to go on, you know, on tour, you know, let me know.
We're
doing live interviews.
That would be fire.
I've never been to Miami, bro. We just did with Chevy O'Shea. He did a release party. We just did their red carpet and did interviews. And all
you've
that.
Never been to Miami?
Never been to Miami,
What
bro.
the fuck?
Been to New York. Okay.
Scott has never been to Miami.
I'm gonna go there with you, bro. We in there.
Yeah, we out, bro. I was almost about to move to Miami. I don't know. I might still. It's still a possibility, but
what do you like best out of the 3?
LA, man.
LA?
Yeah.
LA
like,
where it's at.
Yeah.
I heard Miami gets crazy though.
Yeah, it is.
It's too
like,
crazy where it's just like,
I mean, it depends what you're doing, where you're at, who you're with. But like, if you're out, you know, it's always parties and there's always a crazy ass event, you know. Cause that's where people go like to vacation and shit. But I feel like people come to LA to work. Like, you go to Miami, you about to turn up. Like, you about to get some bitches, you know, turn up, go to the club, whatever. But LA people like, all right, I'm about to make some connects.
Got you.
Yada yada, you know.
Yeah, New York for me is just, I go there for the fast pace. I like, because LA is just spread out and everybody's real relaxed.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like every time I come back from New York, I'm just I'm in everybody's face like, yo, what is it? Talk to me. Like, let's move. But
that's
the
New York state of mind.
Yeah, that's fire. So where did things started taking off? In New York or LA?
LA. Like,
LA?
I was, so I graduated from Institute of Audio Research in 2015, and then I grinded it out in New York, freelance, like, you know, started out, you know, a kind of low tier studio, and then when I decided to move to LA, that's when I really started like meeting people that got me to like where I wanted to be, you know.
When did you move to LA though?
2017, in October 2017.
So you've been out here since 2017?
Wait, 2017 or 18 now? I can't remember right now. I think it was.
I'm bad with years, bro.
Yeah.
My son was born on Tax Day, and that's the only reason I know his birthday. April 15th.
Yeah, I moved out here October 2017.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to really think about it.
Hey, let me ask you this, bro. So once you, he's worked with Atlantic, he's worked with Def Jam and all the other names that we named earlier.
Yeah.
When you got your first check from the label, what was that like? What was that feeling like?
Bittersweet, man.
For
like,
real, tell me why.
You learn a lot. Like, you think, oh, I'm gonna move, I'm gonna work with a label, I'm gonna get way more money.
Yeah.
So I started working at the studio that worked. They're contracted by Atlantic. So I found out the pay schedule for labels, and I'm like, hold on. If you've dealt with labels, you know.
No, what's
it's
the pay
like
schedule?
monthly, huh?
Bro, it's terrible. Yeah. So
Was
it was net 30. Yeah,
net 30.
I never knew about that. You know, I'm just like, usually like in New
I work,
York,
I get
you
the
work,
check.
That's
I get
crazy.
paid.
Hey, that's crazy. You was just talking
I
about
just
net 30 the other day.
yeah.
Bro.
With that Hulu
and
stuff.
that's good.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
I know some people that's like net 45, net 90.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
The bigger the
OD.
corporations, they try to push it back because they're playing with money and they're helping it move and all that other stuff.
Bro,
but it's
sick.
a reliable pay source, so they do that. When it comes to like working with local artists and stuff like that, it's like I need my bread now. I can't net 30.
It's like they don't understand because they're used to dealing with people with a lot of money, so they don't understand how it is for the people with not a lot of money. Because it's like, wait, what am I supposed to do for 30 days? Like I don't get paid till 30 days after I work. Like, bro, I was starving for 30 days.
You're in the stoop cooking, trying to cook your way out.
For real, watching people's food in the fridge. Like, all right, 2 days.
One of the questions I have working with labels, how does the money work? Like once you do a song, once you engineer a session or whatever it is you do, like do you get paid royalties? Do you just get a check for your hours worked, or like how? Like
depends. There's so many different ways.
Yeah.
Bro,
So what are some of the ways you get paid?
Well, it depends what role you are. Like if you're for example, when I first was in Atlantic, I was getting paid through the labels. I mean through the studio. So they have to get paid from Atlantic, and then I get paid. Took 30 days.
Damn, it's a process.
Yeah, I just mixed and I mixed and mastered the album in October. Right, I finished mixing and mastering it, and then I had to get set up in the system, and then they wanted to like remix songs. I'm just now about to get paid, like February.
Yeah, but what I think my question is, are you getting paid like an hourly rate for your engineering time?
Depends.
Or if you engineer a song, are you attached to the song to where you get royalties from it? And like, how does you know what I mean? Because that's for me the biggest question I have, and I've never really understood that.
Okay, well, as an engineer, you get paid either. It depends, like how you want to charge, like as an engineer, because you're an independent contractor. So if you work for a studio, you're getting paid hourly. Yeah. So I stopped working for the studio. I started working freelance from teyana and my own. So now you get to, really make your own kind of rate. So you can either get it like, at first I was charging a certain amount per hour. And then talking to other engineers, I find out that some of these dudes have day rates. Because there's some days where you go to the studio, you're waiting, artist never shows up, you still gotta get paid. So then I started doing a day rate, and then that's all I get paid. But it gets tricky because if in those sessions, you're producing or you're writing, whatever. Because like when I engineer, I'm really a producer, so I'm thinking like, yo, what if we switch this? Or sometimes the artist may be trying to think of a line, and I'm like, hey, just say that, boom. Yeah. So now that's how you get your royalties. Yeah. So for that, you don't get paid until the song comes. When the song comes out, it's like 9 months after that. Yeah. That's your first check for the song.
Hey, I heard a story, I think, when we met, when you were in Wyoming. You was trying to show Kanye your shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Yeah, that was a fucked up situation, man. I got to Wyoming, and when I got there, it was really not much for me to do when I got there. So I started cooking up. Check. It's still good? Oh, yeah. So I started cooking up, and with Shake. Me and Shake had we made this track off one of my beats. Yeah. Fire. It was dope. And somebody told me to come play it for Kanye. Yeah. Somebody shot me a text, and I had already worked with Ye. I worked with Ye already, and I knew Mike Dean. I knew some of the people, so I'm like, this is low key my dream. Like,
you're like,
I've thought about this moment.
I seen you do this for Jay. I'm doing it for you, dog. Bro,
I've literally had dreams about this moment, like the day where I get to play something for Kanye West. Like, because before that, I had just been engineering, and I was just mixing shit,
playing your role and shit.
Yeah, but now like I'm like, I'm gonna jump at the opportunity. So I walked in the room. What's going on? It's kind of awkward at first. I thought I was under the impression that everyone in the room knew that I was coming. Yeah. Later, I found out that was not the case. So I'm just like waiting for the engineer to like give me the aux cord. Everyone's just kind of looking at me, and then I asked him like, "Yo, can I get the aux?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go to the bathroom." So he goes to the bathroom. I hook up, start playing the song, and then Ye's like, his engineer's name was Mike. He's like, "Yo, where's Mike?" I'm like, "Oh, he went to the bathroom." And he's like, "Oh, all right, cool." So the song's playing. Shake is standing up. She's like,
just vibing.
And then she's like, yo, turn that shit up, yo, turn it up. I'm like, all right, crank that shit.
She juicing you. She put the battery in your back.
Shit drops.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo.
Hey, wait, but the one you played first, did you pick it? Or you like, this is the one I'm gonna play? This is the first thing we did,
because the person who told me to come play it, they actually did some background vocals on it. Yeah. That's really the reason why, they wanted me to play it. Yeah. But whatever, I played it, and I'm like bumping Mike Dean's, and they're like, some people are not in the head, some people are not, but I'm on cloud 87, like I'm just hype.
Just to be in the room type shit. Yeah.
And then song's over, and then he's like, that was dope. who did those drums? Like monotone, mono face, no expression. I'm like, yeah, that was me. I did that.
Yeah.
And then he's like, all right, that's cool. And then I'm like, all right. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go keep working.
Yeah.
And then, no,
yeah.
actually, he was like, you got anything else? I'm like,
Yeah.
nah, that's all we did right now.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, cool. And then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go keep working. He's like, yeah, no pressure, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I just knew I fucked up.
Yeah,
After I walked out, I was like, I had that feeling in my gut. I'm like,
there's this thing called courage that you just got to step up to the plate when it's your time to swing the bat. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I don't think not enough in studio sessions, not enough people either swing the bat or they have people that swing too much where it's just like, yo, fall back. You're trying to take over a session.
And that's what I was doing.
Oh,
I
for real?
way too much. But the thing is, like, low key, it's funny. Like, Teyana says I always say this, but like, I got set up. Like, literally, I was set up. Like, I thought I got asked to come in and play it. Next day, A&R is like, yo, what the fuck? Like, you can't just be walking in sessions playing beats. Like, it's not what you're here for.
He was under a whole nother impression because of
like,
the person that texted you.
Yeah, he's like, you're here to engineer.
Man.
You're not here to be a producer. Like, why are you playing beats for Kanye?
Yeah.
Like, he came all the way over here to get peace, and you're coming in the room playing all his records. I'm like, damn. Like, I was like, he was like, you're not supposed to listen to other people. Like, you got to use your best judgment. Like, I was about to get kicked out. Apparently, there was a flight for me and everything.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, but then they were like, all right,
they took it to the extreme.
Yeah, they're like, we're just gonna set you up over in this crib at this studio. Just don't fucking go talk to Kanye.
Cool out. That's crazy. But was that your only interaction with Kanye? No, right? You've engineered songs with him and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was one of my last like interactions with him, but it wasn't the last. Like,
how many songs have you did with him?
Shit. I did Yay vs. the People, which was the first one. Then I did Violent Crimes. And I engineered a bunch of like random stuff in the album, but those were like the two songs.
The main drums.
Yeah, the main two songs.
What are those sessions like?
Was interesting because
just for me, like being around Heard and 070 and Shaking All Them or whatever, like I know because I spent like a week with Heard in Jersey and seeing where they come from and understanding how it all started and then understanding where she is now. I'm like, yo, the craziest thing out of this whole experience that she's on right now, because like they just grabbed her vocals and plugged her in and just skyrocketed her up, right? I'm like, I forget the paper, forget the bread, all that other stuff. Like she got to just get the behind the scene curtain and get all the cheat codes and all the back, to see how the formula is laid out. You feel me? To really create and build on a fast pace, on a higher caliber.
Yeah.
So like, let's talk about some of that. Like, what are some of the things in the studio sessions that's just like, yo, okay, that's what he does. Okay, that's different, or something that you weren't accustomed to.
I mean, the first thing for me was like seeing how collaborative Kanye is. And at first it started with Kanye, but then once I started like working with Timbaland and Pharrell, I was like, oh, like it's a group effort. Like, for me, like in your head, you think that like these people sit there and they make the whole thing themselves. Like as a consumer, that's what you're thinking, especially looking up to these dudes, just in your head. But then once I got there and I see that it's really the first session I had with him, he went one by one and asked everybody in the room, like, what do you think? What do you think about this? What do you think about this? What do you think about this? And yeah, I realized that, a lot of these legendary producers they're more so like directors, like, like they have the vision.
Yeah.
They have the vision and they see people as tools and they use them all to create like this thing.
Yeah, that's fire.
Yeah.
So I saw you post today that Murder Beats, that group interview and all that stuff. I saw that interview a couple months ago, I think, or something like that. And one of the things I took from that whole interview thing they did, was they talked about the engineers and how you guys kind of control the pace of the room.
Yeah.
What's like your formula when you go into it? Working with the artist and for me, when I do videos, I have a whole formula.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How I execute it, how I get it out, so I don't have to create the wheel every time.
Yeah.
So how do you?
The template is the key. Like I'm sure you have, your filters or your certain settings that you have, right? That's really number one, is like,
because that kind of makes your sound.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like one thing that I think propelled me was like the fact that I have ADHD. Like I do a lot You feel me? So it's like I figured out how to.
Wait, is that diagnosed or no?
Yeah, it's diagnosed.
I have a homie that has it, but it's not diagnosed.
Nah,
I'm like,
I was
you just
it was
got it.
undiagnosed for a while, but it's diagnosed now. It's just
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, I figured out how to like have the record mixed before the end of the session. Like, so like my template is already sounding good off rip. So I guess that's like kind of the fundament. That's like the foundation of it. Is like having figured out that template that always comes out clean.
Got you.
And then after that, it really depends, I would say, because on like the level of chemistry that I have with the artist, or like what level that we're on. Because certain artists, like, for example, Teyana, like, I'm just her engineer, I'm there to record her, and that's about it. Help her get her ideas out. But
you learned that from working with her.
Yeah. And then other artists I'll work with, like when I work with Danny, I'm more a songwriter slash engineer. I'm helping her write as we're doing it, or like I'm chopping the beat up, whatever. With Teyana, so it really depends like what type of artist I'm with and who I'm with.
Talk to me about and I say this because I've been in studio sessions where I've heard songs and then I've never heard them come out. Yeah. What's like a song you've heard or recorded that you were bugging on and you're like, yo, this shit crack, and it just hasn't came out, or you're wanting it to come out and it's just label shit holding things back, or like just what's something you've heard that hasn't just what I mean?
Shit, there's a lot of songs I've heard that haven't been out, but one specific one was a song called Pressure that I did with Danileigh. Like that's like probably like the number one song that I'm just like, why isn't this shit out? Like,
yeah. How long ago was it recorded?
Beginning of 2019.
Word.
January. And then it was dope. Like we did it, and then we got Boogie on it. Westside Boogie, who signed Eminem.
Yeah.
And we were on tour. And
Boogie's fire.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite artists.
Word?
Yeah.
Yo, he bodied the shit.
His videos go crazy.
Yeah,
though.
that
that's what got me first, and then I started listening to the music.
You worked with him? Like he was in the studio?
Nah. He just sent his vocals. We sent him the song, and then he just sent the verse back.
Word.
Yeah. But the song was fire because the way it happened was, this is from me. I was in the studio with Danny the day before, and she was like, yo, I want a beat like this song. She played the song. She had a producer come, and he's playing like a minor scale arpeggio on the guitar, and I'm like, yo, perfect, like keep doing that shit. And the songwriter there was like, nah, like switch it up, like do this, like it kind of was a little power struggle going on, and I was like, you know what, all right, I'm gonna just engineer whatever, do your thing.
Fall back,
yeah. So we made a song came out fire, but then I went home and I made the beat that he originally was making, and then that ended up being Pressure. Got in the studio with Danny, we co-wrote the shit, Boogie hops on it, then we got on tour, and she performed it. She was like, it was some unreleased shit, like she performed it every night.
Yeah.
Lit every night on tour, bro. Like
how did everybody?
The whole
take
tour
it
was
in?
sold out. Everybody in the crowd is like
going crazy.
Yeah. It's fucked up. So then she plays it for Diddy like at
was that the video she posted where they're like dancing and Diddy's in the room? It's like
he has these things called the Diddy ciphers.
Okay.
Where
I seen
it's
her
almost
post
like a
that.
show and tell.
Yeah.
Bro, he stopped it and he's like, rewind, bring that shit back.
Yeah.
Bro, you should play it. Play the clip.
Definitely going in the right direction, definitely the future, and making all us proud, you know what I'm saying, making my daughters somebody look up to.
A lot of aggression in religion, a lot of y'all been switching, trying to fuck up this mission, already my vision, now you're in my pockets, every bomb me I caught it, give me yours like flossing, baby drip by talking.
Yeah,
he's like rewind, and then bro, after the first, it wasn't even the first verse, he was like, nah, run that shit back. So he posted on his page, and I'm like, yo, I'm hype.
Yeah.
And then the next day, I actually met Diddy with Teyana.
That's fire.
Like, and
is Diddy crazy?
I mean, shit.
We did Knick Knack Paddywhack.
Yeah.
He said he went to Diddy's house and they take your phones away at Diddy's crib. Justin was like, yeah, take your phone out, we're gonna do a video. Diddy's like, broke their phones, had somebody pull out a shotgun and the whole nine.
Yeah, Diddy's an interesting person.
Yeah,
he's very interesting.
So how was that engagement?
well, we had went there to play the album for him. So
He was real welcoming.
You didn't get no
he was welcoming.
You didn't get no shotties put on you.
Nah. It was just like, it was intimate, you know. It wasn't like a party atmosphere.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So Diddy plays it. I'm hyped. I even told Diddy the next day, like, yo, thanks for posting that video.
Yeah.
So then me and Danny we went to Atlanta for like a week in Young Jeezy's crib, and we were recording like hell songs. We did like 10 songs, like I think. And one of the songs we did was Craven, which was her last single that she dropped featuring G-Eazy.
Got you.
Yeah, so like I co-wrote on that. And then Russ had pulled up, and we played Russ the album, and he heard Pressure, and he's like, yo, I need to hop on this shit.
That's crazy.
And then I'm like, let's get it. Load it up. He wrote his verse, laid it. He's like, yo, bro, this is one of the best verses I've written.
Yeah.
And we have this footage, like,
I need to see that. Russ is going crazy right now.
Yeah.
bro,
Russ is
he's selling out everything. His album is going.
Yeah, bro. And you hear Doja Cat?
Yeah,
she's trying to get it right.
She trying to throw that cat.
She said, she said, Russ, don't nobody care about you making your beats. She said, I'm trying to get stuff.
She's fire, yo.
Yeah, Doja Cat?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
She ridiculous with it.
Yeah. But word, so Russ hopped on it, and he said it himself that's one of his best verses. And like, I was hype as fuck. I'm just like, let's get it. And then, yeah, man, I don't know what the fuck happened.
So why is it not out?
Well, it was actually out twice already.
What, like they actually released it and then pulled it?
Well, apparently it was posted like by mistake.
Word.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. But
yeah, so that's
it's weird, man. Your shit had 100,000 plays without any promotion, like.
Yeah.
And then it got taken down.
Feedback was going crazy, huh?
Yeah, people in the comments going wild.
Yeah, but is it because it killed the game plan for her?
Nah.
Or was it label issues?
Yeah, because I know sometimes when like people say, oh, I got a feature with Drake, and then they play it or leak it or announce it, Drake is like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Nah, I don't think so. Honestly, I don't know what happened, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's just politics, you know, in this game, bro.
Got you.
You feel me? It's just certain people, you know, they just...
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Honestly, I don't know. But, you know,
some behind the scenes
it
shit.
may be out because it was leaked. I haven't even, like, I kind of gave up hope on it. Like, I'm just like, fuck, like, I don't even want to think about it anymore. I was trying hard to get it out.
Yeah.
You know, Danny texted me. Actually, Danny's about to drop her album. She hit me up about the song that I engineered that she's about to drop. And
The Pressure?
Yeah, no, not Pressure.
Oh,
It's something else.
Her own album.
Yeah, it's another album.
Yeah.
Originally, it's crazy because the name of her album was supposed to be Pressure. It was supposed to be named after the song that we did.
Yeah.
What if she throw that shit on the album?
Nah,
You don't think so?
He said,
I asked her. She's just she's like, you know, I gotta drop the right shit right now. You know, I don't know. It's just maybe the direction she's going in musically. Like the song is like, it's more of like, I'll play it for you later.
Yeah.
But like, it's more like, it's about pressure, like about the pressure in the industry to like, you know, people watching your money and like you trying to like, you know, just watching your back and just making sure you're good, you know, which is, I feel like the type of music that needs to be out. Like,
exactly.
But, you know, she's just going a different direction. I think that's what it is on this album. So
that's crazy.
You know, it may be like on her next album. We don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. And honestly, though, I feel like there's a lot of songs that happens to, right? And I think the industry, and for whatever, because everybody's playing chess with songs, right?
Yeah.
The hits and the drops and all that stuff or whatever. But I feel like the longer the stuff takes to come out, and if it comes out and it still hits, that's like timeless music.
That's a fact.
You feel me? Because it's like, that was done 5 years ago, but that shit still slaps. And it's hitting the charts right now.
Yeah,
like, you get me?
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's what might happen with the song you did.
Yeah. And honestly, people like, I was like looking at at Diddy's post, people are still like, yo, like, what's up with this song? But whatever.
Yeah.
We'll
if
see.
Diddy fucking with it, then
that's what
he's
Nick
a tough
said.
critic, bro.
Yeah,
like, he's a tough critic.
Nick Nass said anybody that Diddy work with is gonna be successful. He said after I touched him, Jerry Springer, Steve Harvey, all kinds of people was hitting him up on some craziness. Yeah. All right, so look, Hema here last night. We was putting a show together, and she actually went on your Twitter. And she pulled some of your old tweets up, right? So, Mike tweeted, every time I got a girlfriend, y'all girls be on my meat. Why? He said, when I'm
That's
single.
not an old tweet. That's from like last week.
I mean, that's a week old. It's a week old. Every time I got a girlfriend, y'all girls be on my meat. When I'm single, no one wants me.
That's a fact.
What's wrong with y'all?
What is wrong with y'all, man?
So let's break that down. Expand on that a little more.
I mean, I'm sure anybody with a girlfriend has experienced this shit. Like, once girls see you happy, then they want to come back. Like, yo, what's up? Like, you still interested? Like, nah, you was curving me. Like,
I heard
last month.
I saw somebody in your comments was like, they smell commitment.
That's a fact. They want to see it.
They want it.
They want it.
That's fucked up, man.
That's
Fucked up, man. You gotta stay strong in these streets, man.
That's hilarious. What's it called? So, what do you think your power spot is right now? Is it the engineering? Is it the DJing? Because like I heard your interview, you were talking about like you're just like, yo, I DJ, and then they took you on tour. It's like, oh shit, like I just got to figure it out type shit. Like,
yeah, I mean, I think engineering. I don't know, man. That's a tough question.
Yeah.
Ultimately, like I'm a musician, man. Like at the end of the day, like anything to do with sound or music, like that's like I think that's like really the foundation that allows me to, really do everything, that I do.
Got you.
So I know it's a tough question. I'm gonna just say like a musician, being a musician, yeah.
A musician, yeah. Because like I said this on the last episode, like when you're an artist, I think the hardest part, and for me, I had to do it, is convince myself that my eyes work, my choices work, my ears work, and stuff like that. And being an engineer, I know how hard it is. Like, there's a lot of people that can just hit record.
Yeah.
But not a lot of people can mix while they're recording.
Yeah.
You get me? And just keep the pace of things and hear things sonically. Or like, I hate engineers that use auto-tune and they don't know keys or pitches.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to take that back actually. Like, engineering is definitely like the strong point, because that's like where I make all my money at, pretty much.
Got you.
That like allows me to have events and do stuff like that. Because that's true. Like, one thing I realized, like, even as you come up, like, not even to throw shade, but there's a high percentage of trash engineers, like a high percentage, and it's like, once you have, it's like a barber, like once you have your barber, like that's your barber, like.
Got you.
Like,
yeah. Do you do any like I know what is it, Perps and Psy, they do like Psy used to live in his production house.
Yeah.
Were you ever in any situations like that with other producers where it's just like,
not a house situation, but like I got homies like in New York, like my boy Leonard, he works at the engine room. Like a lot of times, I go over there, cook up with a bunch of homies. Like I travel a lot, so it's like everywhere I'm at, like I like to at least set up a couple sessions where I could just cook up with all my homies,
Yeah. All right, check it out. This next segment is called Talk to Me Nice. It's brought to you by Earful. It's a clothing company in the city of Norwalk. Tune in, tap in with them. Earful 562. You see him rocking a shirt. You see the light. You know what I mean?
You do know.
Yeah, my people's is here today. Yeah. All right, check it out. So we're gonna hop into some phone calls and then we'll just break them down and then
let's get it.
Yeah, answer it the best you can. All right, let's run it up.
Yo, what up? It's Catil. I'm calling in to shout out Snell. Shout out to GOAT producer and engineer. We got some heat on the way.
Facts.
And I'm not gonna even plug myself, but I'm gonna just ask Snell
He already
for a
did.
topic on y'all's podcast. Who's your most favorite artist in the game, and who's your most favorite upcoming artist? So yeah, much love to y'all. Peace.
Yeah, shout out Katir, man. That's my nigga.
He's an artist you work with?
Yeah, he's an artist. So he signed to Alex Rifkin, to Chosen Records through Atlantic. He's dope, from Seattle. Funny story, like me, when I really made that decision, like, all right, I'm not gonna take any more engineering sessions unless I'm producing. Like, he was one of the first artists like that I got to create with, like, as just a producer, and we had an engineer in the room, and it was dope. And we actually like it's ironic how like our first session was in the first room where I had my first session in LA, like in the same room in Atlantic where I used to be an engineer. So it's like
full circle.
Full circle facts. But all right, so what do you say? He said favorite artist.
Your favorite artist and favorite upcoming.
Favorite artist, Kid Cudi. Like, that's my favorite artist of all time.
Cudi the GOAT.
Yeah, just cause like Cudi's music, it like transcends boundaries and like genre. It's like he's truly himself. Yeah. And ever since he came out, that's what he's been preaching, is like, fuck what everybody else is doing. Like, this is my music. Like, and it constantly changes, and he's just always. But one thing that doesn't change about his music is the message is always like
It's consistent.
yeah, it's consistent. And it's like be you. Like
When Drake put out the diss track and he put out his diss track, I was like, yo, it's actually a banger. Like,
wait, I didn't even know this happened. I feel like a fake fan right now.
No. It was I forgot the name of the song. So, anyways, Drake did a song, and it was like a couple years ago, maybe.
Oh yeah.
He said something about him being a drug addict, whatever,
Yeah.
and then he released that song. Turn around in my wave now.
Yeah, that was a Drake diss track? That's not
No, yeah, bro.
No way.
That was his response to Drake's thing, bro.
That's
He said, "I'm not
Is this
riding your
true?
wave." This is true, bro.
That's
I
crazy.
didn't know
Yeah,
that. I didn't know that was the diss track.
That song
to
is a
Drake.
banger.
No,
That shit
no,
slap.
that was his response. Drake threw a bar at him, calling him a drug addict and whatever.
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah, but what's crazy is that like it's Cudi, so I'm like, okay, how's Cudi gonna like rap back? You feel me? And then he released and he came with a
It's
hitter.
produced
And-
by Pharrell. Like that's it. You won.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and the crazy part is that like it came out of nowhere because he hadn't dropped before that. Like it wasn't like he
Yeah.
was on a rollout or nothing like that. He dropped.
That's
it.
true because he dropped that before the album came out.
Yeah, bro.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
Crazy.
So that was his response to the whole Drake situation. But when he dropped that, I'm like, bro, it not only feels good, it's not only a radio record, so it puts him on like, cause like when Pusha right and Drake were going at it,
He took Cudi formula.
yeah, bro.
Now that I'm seeing it.
Yeah, bro.
now
He
that you're
released a
saying
radio
that,
record, bro.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Cudi's a genius.
That's hot.
Cudi's a
fire.
genius.
I didn't even know
and
that.
Drake took the whole formula.
Now you're gonna go back and listen to that shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go listen.
Yeah,
to that.
listen to it, bro. He
'Cause when
taught
it came out,
subliminals.
it didn't even sound like a diss track.
Nah, bro.
I mean, it's
a
just a
radio hit.
response because
Yeah.
he didn't. I don't like. I listen to that song all the time. He didn't say anything for like
The hook is taught. Nah, it's,
But he felt it.
The hook is he's taking the cool off of it. You'll hear it, bro, when you listen to
I'm
it.
gonna have to listen
yeah,
back
yeah,
to it.
Yeah, dive in. And then who's your favorite upcoming?
Oh yeah, damn, that's hard, bro.
You're in sessions, and I know you work with a lot of upcomings, bro. So
That's hard, bro. Honestly, I can't answer that question just because it's like everyone watches and be like, "What? I'm not your favorite." So like,
hey, I feel like you're gonna have to look some men in their face and be like, bro, listen, it's just not there, champ.
Honestly, if I had to look in the face and say that, I'm not working with
Nah,
you.
I'm just playing.
I don't. Like,
I ain't working
I'm
with you
very
at all.
picky with like who I
Yeah.
work with. Like
For real.
everybody I work, you never know, bro. Like honestly, like to be completely honest with you, I'm like very tapped out of like what's going on. Like
Yeah,
sometimes I have to go to the club just to catch up like on what's like popping. Cause
yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm trying to like make some shit that people have not even heard before.
And,
like,
and not only that, I feel like music comes out so frequent.
yeah.
It's just hard, bro.
And also being a mixing engineer,
Yeah.
it's hard to be a mixing engineer and be a producer because I'm listening to music all day. Like, and you know, it's like, so to sit down and mix all these songs and then make your own shit, it's very hard. Like, you know, and you notice like the trends and what's going on, you know?
yeah.
So it's like,
There's
it's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
There's a balance that needs to take place in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I just recently got through editor's block. I was like, I don't want to touch shit. Like,
Word.
you feel me? And then I had to just fall back in love with it, bro. Like I told him the other night, I was like, bro, I haven't broke night since I lived in Philly for a month, just editing 18 hours a day, and I'm like, I need to get back to that, bro. But yeah. All right, cool. Let's get into the next phone call.
Yo, I got a question for my man's Mike Snell. I want to know if he ever tried psychedelics. Actually, I know he did, but like, what was his experience in Coachella?
What?
And he
That's
said,
very
in
specific.
Coachella. Who did you do psychedelics with at Coachella?
So actually, I know he did.
At Coachella last
At
night.
Coachella.
Like, the
Yeah.
fuck? Damn, did I do psych? I mean, I guess I did take acid
Yeah.
at Coachella one time. Now I think about it.
Number one, I've never been to Coachella. Number two, I've never taken psychedelics, so I'm really interested
Yeah,
in
we
this
gotta
answer
go
right
into
now.
this. Like, this
Yeah,
is
let's do it.
That was a good question.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, psychedelics. Like, I feel like I'm on Joe Rogan podcast now.
Let's do it.
But yeah, psychedelics really changed my life, bro. Like, it opened my mind up. Like, I first took shrooms. I think I was like 18, and like, I did it in a room, like literally in the dark, like with my friend, like.
Yeah.
You
It
know.
was just y'all two?
But
Yeah, just us two.
so what I've heard from shrooms is that you got to do it with people that you trust.
Yeah, 100%.
Good vibes
It's
and
all
all.
about-
And they told you that before you took shrooms. Or you just took it like, oh, hey,
I don't
yeah,
know.
do it.
Honestly, I don't know. It was random. Honestly, she was like, "Yo, I got some shrooms. You want to try?" I was like, "All right, whatever."
Yeah, shrooms is crazy.
Oh, you was
I
with
was
a
like,
girl?
and
You
I
was
was
with a
in-
female? You're like, all right,
Yeah,
hey,
but it wasn't like that though. It was like a
Turn off the
homie.
lights.
You only
Yeah.
took shrooms once?
Nah, that was my first time.
Yeah.
Like that
okay.
opened my mind up.
Yeah,
But
me
like,
too.
if you take shrooms, like this is what like certain shamans do. Like you know, they go in a cave and they take it and like shrooms is a visual thing, but basically what it does is it if you take like an eighth, you have what is called an ego death. Like your ego is what like allows you to see things how you see it in life, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like we're all looking at the same shit every day, but what makes it different is our ego. So I had experienced the ego death, and I was like, it makes you rethink everything that you thought about before, and especially if you're in the dark, because it's a visual thing. But when you have no visuals, you look inside you. So it's like I was thinking about everything I was taught in school, and like realized that, you know, education is really just like conditioning. You know, it's like you don't really learn anything that you're supposed to learn that helps you in life.
Yeah.
Like these are things I've thought about before, but I just really realized how like
It just opened your mind.
yeah, and
to
I was
it.
like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? And then after that, it's just I just started experimenting like with all, you know, different types of psychedelics. You know,
So, and yeah, like I don't know, is shrooms safer or healthier than weed?
shit. No, I think it's equally, because no one's died from shrooms and no one's died from
Unless
weed.
you do some dumb shit off of shrooms.
You haven't died from the actual shrooms. Like your actions.
Yeah, but it's a natural thing, so that's
It
why,
comes from
right?
the earth.
Yeah.
It's natural.
They selling it. It's legal now.
Yeah, it's legal in certain certain states.
Yeah, but that's what I'm wondering about. Like, how does so they just like
You could go buy shrooms right now.
No, I understand that, but what I'm saying is like, is it a different type of mushroom that they plant? Because I see, like, you ever seen these grass fields where they just got random mushrooms growing? It's not those.
Someone discovered it, bro. One day, it activates something in your brain.
Yeah, I forgot what part of your brain
I forget the exact thing. I don't want to like, you know, fuck up, but
No, you good. Somebody will let you know if you do.
yeah, facts. But I think everyone should try it, bro. I think that's one of the things that like, because you realize how like you just like it shows you who you truly are as a person, because it's almost like you're
And
looking
it shows
at
you other people.
Exactly. Like you just see things completely different.
For real.
And so, what's the difference between acid and shrooms? And the only reason, like with, is there a different name for acid?
LSD.
LSD. Yeah. So like,
I haven't done that.
I haven't done that either. Only thing I've done is smoke weed, and my thing is like this, like. Just because it's called acid, I'm like, I'm staying away from that shit. Like,
it sounds crazy. It sounds
does
crazy.
sound crazy because the only thing I've ever seen acid used for was taking stains out of a driveway. You feel me? Like, yo, this stain on the driveway, pour some acid on that shit, scrub it out.
I seen a homie do an acid trip. He had an acid trip, like bad.
So it wasn't a good
like,
experience for him.
I've had a bad trip before, man.
We was at the Griffith Observatory.
Oh, that's so. It's a lot
That's
of
a
places
trippy
you
place
shouldn't
to do
do
it.
acid at. That's probably one of them. I mean, it depends what time of day. And like,
So what's the difference between shrooms and acid?
well, they're very similar. Acid is synthesized, like someone, you know, you have to create it. But LSD is more visual. Like I feel like shrooms is more of a spiritual thing. Yeah. Acid is, you know, a lot of visuals, you know, and you could also have an ego death on LSD, but like it's different. But if you take it in the wrong atmosphere, it's over. It's over. For me, what it does is that
when you say it's over, what do you mean it's
like,
over? Give me a bad experience.
Like for me, what LSD does is it like enhances all of your senses. So your sense of sight is enhanced, your touch, you know, you feel things more, you see things differently. People say,
wait. So if you see blurry, you'll see clear?
I mean, yeah, in a
Because
sense.
I wear contacts right now, bro. I mean, I wear glasses and shit, so.
I don't know. I mean, my vision is good.
I need something for my cataracts.
Nah. I don't know, honestly. I have a good vision, so I'm not sure. But like, for example, like if I were on acid right now, like, let's see, and I'm looking at my pants, like patterns tend to stick out. So like, all like you'll see like
3D.
Yeah, like it almost looks like it's coming at you, you know.
Yeah.
And things seem like they're glowing.
And with shrooms, it's the same way or not?
Shrooms, they kind of like tend to morph.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
And it depends on how much you take.
Yeah, it depends on how much. Because if you microdose, which a lot of people do, like in tea, you know, you just have a relaxed body feel. You feel happy and you just feel relaxed. You know, you don't see any visuals or anything.
Yeah.
So it depends.
So with shrooms, the best way to do it is what? Alone? or in a
I
controlled
say for
room?
the first time, do it with somebody that's done it before.
Yeah.
Outside, in
outside nature, exactly.
Yeah.
A nice day outside, in the park, chilling.
What's it called?
If you're trying to do it, I got a spot.
No, I'm not trying to do it. I'm just trying to like.
I gotta tell you. Let me tell you about this bad trick.
I'm trying to get educated through it. You feel me? Like, yeah.
Let me tell you about.
I take a long time to get to the deep end. My toes is in the water right now. I'm a weed smoker. You feel me? Like,
be careful. Don't start with a lot.
Yeah.
Like one time I took a gel tab and I went to a Travis Scott concert.
A gel tab was a gel tab.
It's like it's a little. So like they usually put it in like paper. You just put it in your
acid.
thumb. Yeah.
Okay.
But
those are the little squares, right?
Yeah. So you could take a gel tab. It's like it's in a gel form and it's stronger. It's more potent. More potent. Yeah. Sorry. So yeah, I had a terrible experience where I left because like literally like at first it was cool. It kicked in. He was performing Bake Sale, and they're like, you see the trees, everything's bright, and everything feels good, right? And then he goes into, and I wasn't like in the general admission. I was like right before it. So like there's like the bleachers, the middle area, and then general admission. I'm like in the middle. So he starts playing. I ain't playing with these niggas.
Oh yeah.
So it was cool. I seen the people mosh. And you feel like everyone's energy on it, you know? So the interlude comes up and Mike Dean is on the keys. He starts holding this note out on the synthesizers like, yeah. And it's looping, right? And then he takes his guitar out and he goes, and at the same time, there's like crazy ass shit like on fire, on stage, crazy shit.
The pyrotechnics and all that shit.
I don't know if he was like trying to figure out what he was about to play, but he kept doing it for a long time. So I'm just like, and you're looking around and there's no music. So people are just like, and it was like in a wave and it's like, feeling all of
that. And you're like, play the fucking track.
And then he starts playing his guitar, these dissonant, dark guitar chords. And Travis Scott screaming on auto-tune. And then there's this demonic ass shit on the screen. I'm like, what the fuck is brainwash? Fucking Illuminati. I was going crazy.
Who are you with?
This is my boy Chris.
Oh, for real?
He's looking at me like, you good? I'm like,
I'm not good.
Yeah, so he stops.
Okay, so what do you do when you're in that moment? Like,
I was freaking out, bro.
No, but like, do you know in your head you're coming out of it? You just gotta wait it out.
No,
or you're just like,
I was peaking.
I was
peaking. This is like I had just taken it and I was going up, so I was like at the highest point. So then he stopped playing it. I was cool.
Quick. How long's the high?
I think it lasts about it could last up to 12 hours.
Damn.
But it's stages. So it starts off, you're cool, everything's bright, and then you experience what they call the peak, and then
you're gonna have that moment.
Yeah, and then it comes down. You kind of start seeing shit, but it's only intense for about 1 to 2 hours, depending on how much you take.
Yeah,
and your mental.
Yeah, and your brain, you can't sleep afterwards and shit.
Yeah. So have you ever created with it?
I want to
try to.
I haven't successfully created on it.
But you've tried to.
Because when I first started, I was like, I gotta make a beat.
Yeah.
But I'm in the room, like, I gotta go outside. Like, I feel trapped inside, and it's like,
it's more of an experience than it is like weed. I feel like studio sessions, everybody's like smoke weed, everybody's zoned out and all that stuff. Yeah. So it's not. It's shrooms and LSD is more for like experience.
Yeah, I mean they call it a trip for a reason. Like it's literally like you take an experience trip. Go to the museum, go outside, chill for the day. Don't work. I mean, some people could work on it, but for me, my mind races too much. I just can't.
Yeah, I feel like I'm the same way. Like I feel
like you shouldn't be around people off of shit like that.
Yeah, you should not. Because everyone.
And then he went to a festival. I think he was like, I'm in the middle of it. I think I was with Jam, bro. I went to it was long time ago. I went to one of these rave things and he's like, yo, pull up. I'm like, all right, bet. I pull up and I didn't know what it was. Figured out it was a rave. And I'm like sober as shit. Like I drank. That was about it. And then I see these people with these gloves on and they got lights on their tips. And said, no, check it out. Somebody's just sitting there going like this.
Bro.
And somebody's in front of them like doing all this.
He was on acid, bro.
And I'm like, yeah, whatever that is, I don't want that shit.
You see, like,
that shit look crazy to me.
One thing on acid, like, have you seen the ASAP Rocky video?
Yeah.
It looks just like that. Like, light, it kind of, if someone's like flashes a light, you see the trail. Yeah.
That's wild. Yeah, that's why I seen him doing the whole light show. I figured out later it was a light show and all that.
It was either off a pill or off some acid.
Yeah, and when you're sober looking at that, you're like, yo, that looks crazy as shit.
Nah, but for real, if you off a pill, I know from experience, like, when you see that shit, it's like...
You get stuck.
You get stuck because you fucking high as
You're
hell.
following the light. Yeah.
You high as fuck, nigga.
Yeah.
Like,
That's wild.
Yo, when
Bro,
you edit that, you should like. Just have it freezing.
That's
like,
crazy.
high as hell.
you gotta have the mental for that shit.
Hey, yo,
though.
I'm gonna have you co-produce the show. He give me
Bro,
green screen
bro, I'm
ideas,
telling
all
you,
these
bro.
things going
Real
on.
crazy.
Yeah, welcome to LA,
Let's
bro.
get
You're on
it,
the
bro.
team now. Let's get it. All right, here, let's get into the next phone call. Kids, don't try drugs at home.
Yeah, don't do it.
Don't. Yeah, please don't.
Consult your parents first.
Smoke some weed.
Here we go.
So this question is for Khalik and any other guest, and it's, how do you feel about eating ass?
All right.
Never again.
That was for you. You said Khalik.
Yeah, all right. Personality. No, look, you're the guest, bro. I'm a gentleman. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna let guests go first. Go
Eating
ahead.
ass. I mean, hey, it's a preference, you know.
Yeah.
Some grown, you know, woman, man shit, you know.
Yeah. So how you feel? You
That's all I'ma say.
you diving in?
Take a sip. You know.
Hey, if the Henny gets you there, you going in?
Next call, please.
Next call, please. Teasy, what's up?
Man, it depends.
I'm saying depends.
On what?
It does depend.
Depends.
Well, okay, let me ask you this. Have
Hygiene.
you? Okay, wait. Okay, yeah. I can understand all that, but let me ask you this: have you ever ate ass?
You know, maybe, you know.
Huh?
You slip up on some ass if you
Yeah.
eat some
So you have ate some
I
ass?
have
Shit,
to say
I probably have.
Not probably. You know when you ate the
I
ass or
have
not.
ate some ass.
Yo, hey, listen. I've stuck I put my pinky in some. I ain't never ate none.
I mean,
Bro,
your
you
finger
put
ate it.
I
If
put
you
a
eat
thumb
it
in.
pussy
The ass
correctly,
ate you.
you gonna slip up on some ass.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
If you saucy, you in the moment, you like,
Man,
you know, you be thinking about it,
if
like,
you
should I do
nasty,
it?
you gonna slip up on some ass.
Listen,
On
and
accident.
if it's fresh out the bath, you know, shower.
Yeah, you gotta.
yeah, straight up.
Fuck it.
At the hotel with my chick, yeah, I'm going crazy.
For real.
Yeah, but
gotta
I'm not
spice it up.
finna. If I know I'm slipping up on some ass, I'm not finna just eat the ass. You feel me? You know you slip up on some ass when it's just like,
Hey, you,
oh shit,
you kissing after?
I'm kissing after. I'm a nasty nigga.
Bro, at that point, it's like, all right, you gonna kiss me.
Yeah. Come here.
Oh, me.
That's the test, though. If they don't want to kiss, then like, wow, your ass dirty? Yeah.
Bitch, you don't want to kiss your own ass?
That's hilarious, bro.
I'm going crazy.
All right, let's get into the next phone call. That's hilarious.
Hey, what up? This question is for Snail, and I want to know if, what do you think about the coronavirus? If he thinks that the coronavirus was released by the government for population control?
Yes. Hell yeah. It definitely was. Look at what was happening. They were having mass protests in the streets.
Yeah, who was that man?
In China.
Yeah, China.
And then a virus comes out.
Yeah.
And then,
You saw them breaking down the camera poles and all that?
bro, it's fucked up. And
Yeah.
then also the person who discovered it, that they silenced him. And like the first
I didn't hear
person,
about
yeah,
that,
the
yeah.
first person who found
that
out
nigga
about
died.
it was trying to tell people about it. Like, they
Okay,
silenced
so
him.
you think the coronavirus is a real thing?
Population control, yeah.
So, but you don't think the virus is going crazy? It's just for population control?
No,
Or
it
you
is
think-
going crazy. Like,
But they're doing it. So you think the government put the coronavirus out?
yes, I believe that
Yeah, I had to.
for sure.
Yeah, no. Where's the what?
I sent it to you today.
No. The Lysol wipes. It says the Lysol wipes cures or cleans the coronavirus. That on the
That's
back.
wild.
I have it in the crib, bro. I'll show you. On
So
the
why
back.
they didn't just use Lysol?
Yeah, no. Listen, the yellow Lysol wipes that I have.
What?
It says coronavirus on there, like it cleans it, bro. For real.
It
real.
says coronavirus.
It says coronavirus. I'm gonna show you.
So it's not.
They
from
marketing
it's
this
not
shit.
from eating shit.
I don't know. It says
can't-
coronavirus.
Bro, it was made
All
in
the
a
videos-
lab, bro.
I thought Corona just came out recently from somebody eating some.
That's what we thought. Yeah, for
That's
real.
what I
Fish
thought.
or some shit like
I
that.
just seen the Simpsons.
Bro, it was
episode
made in a
today.
lab,
Yeah.
and it was made to control the population, bro.
That's crazy.
So that's crazy. So the government's putting out stuff to kill us.
They've been doing this shit, bro.
Bro,
The
it's
government's
supposed to-
come on, bro.
It's supposed to arrive next Tuesday.
It's here already, bro. It's
He
here.
got
but
dates on it.
they saying like it's supposed to be
Nah,
mass.
Drew was talking about his friend is an RN, and she knows 7 people in the U.S. that have it.
Yeah, it's more than that, bro.
You know, but she knows a doctor. She knows a doctor that she knows that have 7 cases. Just
bullshit,
that doctor
bro.
alone.
And that's crazy
Over,
because
man.
the news was literally saying on Tuesday, wear a mask.
Yeah,
Because it's like,
I was just in the airport too.
yeah.
that's crazy.
Man, that's what I'm saying in the studio.
It's a crazy ass world.
We were talking about like population control, right? Yeah. Did you know that China's trying to give out like citizenship credit scores?
What?
Public scores. So like they do face recognition, and then when you walk, like say
They give you a score.
they would like give you like negative 100 points. If you litter, negative 100 points. You're trying to put cameras all over.
Well,
That's from a movie.
No,
That's some
that's a
Black
show.
Mirror shit.
Black Mirror. Yeah,
some
Black
Black
Mirror
Mirror
shit.
That's what China is allegedly trying to do.
That's why they wearing the
That's
mask.
crazy. Hey, and you know what's crazy, bro? They be going to war with them cameras in the streets.
That's
bro.
why they started the virus, bro. Cause like, look, the streets were filled with people protesting.
But the virus has been out. They just re-released it.
I guess
So
so,
we
bro.
dropped.
They brought it back.
It's patented.
Rewind.
Bill Gates patented it,
Yes, and then he has a cure for it as well.
and he has a cure.
Yeah, there is.
Nah, you got something to
What?
back that up? Bill Gates patented it, and he has a cure for
You
it.
see, that's why you need the green screen right
Yeah.
there, cause then you see it. Like,
Nah, I'm gonna put it. It's gonna take over the whole screen.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah. I'm gonna need to fact check that. All right, so look, I was telling Teasy, I was like, yo, bro, you know how when 9/11 happened, and everybody Arabic you was looking at crazy on the airplane,
And now it's the Chinese.
and now
people.
it's like every Asian person I see, I'm like,
Bro.
what's up, dog?
Bro, that's fucked
Don't
up.
sneeze around me, my nigga. Like, no,
Bro, I was in New
that's what
York,
it's
right?
like, yeah.
And I was in New York, and I'm, trying to figure out what I'm about to eat.
Yeah.
I was talking to my grandma, and I was like, yeah, I'm about to go to a Chinese restaurant. She's like, you eating at a Chinese restaurant? I'm like, yeah. She's like, you don't know about that virus? I'm like,
All Chinese food is banned right now. Nah.
but just because you're Chinese doesn't mean you got the coronavirus.
Nah, it's not that I think they got the virus. It's that I just don't know what's going on. Like, you feel me? There's the unknown. I'd rather just stick to my Mexican food, my
feel
Italian food, you know what I mean? Stick to the things I know. Cause like, honestly, I used to live next to some Asians and our dog went missing.
This nigga.
No, I'm God in heaven, bro. For real. Like, they're
Oh, wait, he pulled it up right there. Man, that's fucked up, though, man. Listen.
It's facts.
Don't stereotype
Yeah, we're
Chinese
gonna put this
people
on the
'cause
screen.
it's
Hey,
virus.
send me that, bro, please. That's crazy.
Man, they're gonna find us because of this podcast. They're gonna be like, yeah, I think it's spread in this.
Hey, the
Yeah,
virus
niggas is not
coming for you.
racist.
Hey, so you wearing masks in the airport on the airplanes?
I need to. I'm about to cop one.
No, but you haven't yet. You just hopped on the plane.
Hey, but
Said,
they
"Fuck
saying
it,
that
YOLO."
They saying that regular.
Hey, look, that's
That
the
shit
end of the
worse
show.
than eating
I'll
ass.
y'all later.
I might have it.
Hey, but they saying those regular masks not working.
Yeah, you need the one with the
Supreme one.
The respirator. If you don't got the Supreme one, it ain't it. That's hilarious. Supreme drop.
Oh man.
Oh my god. All right, cool. So anything else about the coronavirus?
Nah.
What do you think about the government though?
Fuck the government.
For real?
Bernie Sanders for president 2020.
Thank
Bernie
you.
Sanders.
Say it again.
Not yay?
Huh?
Yay for president?
Man, he's playing. Man.
Who, yay? Why? Why did he
He's
get disqualified?
How?
He really tried?
Nah, bro. You see Kim? She's in the office making moves right now.
didn't
Like,
even
she
know
getting
that.
people out of prison, all that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, if honestly, I would go for that because it's like,
Hey, if he was running though, would you vote for him?
if Donald Trump could be president, yeah, he could be president.
Yeah.
You know, it depends. You know,
I'm not voting.
I'll
for
give him a
Kanye.
fair chance. I'll look at his policies.
I'd vote for Kanye.
Because I could probably get on the cabinet. You know, like finesse it, so,
They're like, yo, I
Can
shot my
work.
shot in the
Let's
stew.
get it.
That
What's
nigga
up?
gonna change the national anthem and all that shit. That's
for
gonna
real.
be crazy.
I'm with it.
Nah, but he might switch the fuck up. I don't know about that.
He gonna be heading out to
Yeah,
do
that
it.
is.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, let's get into the next phone call.
Hey, what's up, Mike? I had a question for you regarding your work on the Kanye album. What's the vibes in the studio? What do you guys do besides make music? Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
What's the vibes in the studio? Well, I was around Kanye during a very specific time, so you know, people change. But vibes in the studio, like I said, is very collaborative. Like, you know, anybody in the room is involved. He asks literally everybody. Like, you know.
But besides making music, what do you like? Is there a lot? Is it like
movies.
these other sessions? Is it like a lot of weed smoking? Is there movies playing?
There was weed smoke at one session, but
yeah,
depends like who's there, you know. But he likes to watch a lot of movies and stuff like that, you know, for inspiration. But it's mostly just really gangster. Lots of listening to samples. Like he has crates. Like he'll get a whole truck full full of records, and we're listening to all these records and shit. Like,
That's
they're
wild.
his.
yeah, huh?
They're his, or he's just ordering them.
No, like buying them, going to a record store, and then
Oh,
just
okay.
like getting a whole truckload of records. Like, all right, let's listen to these.
Yeah. Okay. And so while you guys are listening, what's happening?
I mean,
You guys are just sitting there listening?
yeah, just literally just everyone's listening.
Trying to
for-
find that perfect.
Yeah, because you know he takes like a 4-second part and then he
You
just,
chop it up like crazy. Yeah.
That's all it takes.
Yeah, and then like because it's like you never know when inspiration is gonna strike, so
Yeah.
everyone's always ready like by the instrument, like about it, you know.
Let me ask you this. I saw some of your interviews that you had already online, and you don't believe in religion and a lot of other stuff like that, right? With him on his whole, what is it?
Why'd you ask me this question? Sunday service?
Yeah, no, not Sunday service, not Sunday service. With the his album that he dropped and
The gospel
everything,
album?
the gospel album and everything that he's on right now. He's preaching heavy through his music and stuff like that. How do you feel about that? Like where do you
I mean, it's great. I love it. Like everybody, has what they believe in. I'm the type of person where I like to like. I guess this has to do with like when I was trying psychedelics. One thing I realized about myself, and like a lot of people I feel like don't realize about themselves, is like sometimes what we're saying is not the truth, or maybe the truth at one time and the next time it may not. Like, so I tend to like question everything that I think about like constantly, So I do believe in religion. There was a point where I didn't believe. I'm like, fuck that. But I feel like there's truth in all religions. But I do feel like the Christian religion, honestly, not just Christian, but like it happens a lot, especially at Catholicism. Like it's used to control people, and like it's used to make people think certain ways and shame people for trying to rise up and to think certain ways. So in a sense, I feel like religion can hold a lot of people back, but also religion is a great tool to be in touch with your spirituality and learn a lot. I know a lot of people that like some of the most talented musicians, they learn everything through church. Like that's how they learn everything. So I'm sure Kanye, he truly, you can see that his first single was Jesus Walks.
Yeah.
So he's a very religious person. His mom was religious. All his parents, his parents were very religious. So
you believe in everything he's talking about?
I've been to one of the Sunday services and it's literally just church. Like,
Yeah.
it's like you're going to church, there's a preacher and everything.
Yeah.
I personally don't go to church, but like I respect what he's doing, and for the people, it's great for his fans that are very religious. I respect it. It's fire ass music. Like he takes songs and he make a Christian song out of anything. Like,
and it makes it cool.
and it's fire. So it's like inspiring him, it's inspiring other people. He's giving a platform for people to really speak their truth, and I respect it. It's not I wouldn't say like
cup of tea.
I mean, church is not my cup of tea, but music always is. So like I was at the Coachella one and the music was fire, so it's like I respect it,
Fire.
So I can really say about that.
Anything else you got to say?
I would say like when it comes down to the religious points of everything that's being looked at, I think our ancestors and the generations before us made it a religious thing. You feel me? Like now it's more of a relationship. You feel me? Like you got to look at it differently from everybody's point of view.
Exactly.
Yeah, like the church I was raised in, it was real. Like they created a whole world for themselves. You feel me? And then the church was just kind of like the foundation, and then you know what I mean, and all that good stuff. And I've seen a lot of ugly. I've seen a lot of bad. Because the way I see it is like it's just a bunch of humans trying to steer a spiritual ship.
Exactly.
You get me? To push their own agenda.
It's like
judge you for anything.
Yeah, and I understand all that, but like growing up and like actually having my own experiences with God and my own spiritual journey and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I've had encounters with God.
Yes.
And then I've had encounters with the devil. And that's when I knew the spiritual realm was real, because there's nothing that can tell me that it's not real when I'm asleep and I'm having the craziest dreams and I'm seeing shadows in my room.
Yeah.
You feel me?
And see the shit.
Yeah. And then like you feel it to the point where like you can't even speak type stuff. So I understand the spiritual world is real. It's just like the relationship of it. Like every time I hold on to God, it's gone. I literally had to like clear my house out. because I had a couch that was just crazy, bro.
Had
And
an
I didn't
evil
know it was a
spirit.
couch until I threw it out. For real.
Yeah, because spirits, they linger. And the thing
Yeah.
is, like, I feel like you can't really tell somebody how to, like, have a relationship with God. Everybody has their own relationship.
Their own experience,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And it's like everybody goes through their journeys and you figure out what's happening, you know? It's like, yeah. So I think it's very hard for humans to say what God says. It's like,
Yeah.
God, my relationship with God is not the same as yours. So
Yeah.
it's like, you can't really tell me what.
So like what most people do, right? When they hit the rock bottom, they panic and they go to God, right?
we all do.
Yeah, and so that's my question. So whenever you hit that place of panic,
That's how you know God's real.
yeah. So is that what you do? You go to God in times
I mean,
like that.
yeah, it's like subconsciously, anytime some shit happens, it's like, oh my God. Like,
Oh my God.
Please.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like,
Yeah.
it's just
He's the
certain
go-to.
things that happen in my life. Like, I went through a phase where I was like, God is not real. Like, you know, taking psychedelics and all this shit. I'm like, the church is brainwashed, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, yeah.
But, you know, you go through things and you're put in situations that you're just like, there's no way, like even just me moving to LA, the first day I moved out here, like I met somebody that eventually was my connection to Ye. And it's like, shit like that happened, just like, that's God showing you that you're on the right path.
Got you.
You feel me? So
Yeah.
it's like, you know, hell and heaven, I feel like that's all really in our minds and everything, but hey, we're all on our journeys, you know. I don't judge anybody for what they believe in, you feel me?
And that was one of the things I had to learn growing up was that, like, my elders and people older than me and even people younger than me or my peers or whatever, that like everybody's on their own journey and can't nobody tell me nothing about mine, because at the end of the day, we're all humans.
That's a fact.
And we're all on the same playing field. I don't care how
Yo,
much dollars you have.
Bro, that's one thing that
Yeah.
that's like the main lesson I've learned
Yeah.
from like meeting all these people, because like
That's
remember-
what stops me from getting starstruck, because I'm like, that nigga struggle. I seen a millionaire, bro. A millionaire, bro. Lonely as hell. And I'm like, he the same person I am. You
Yeah,
feel me?
bro.
He going
You
through
way
big,
happier than
yeah,
him.
like, yeah.
we're all humans, bro. I'm
Yeah.
in the hallway with Kanye West, like looking at him like, bro, like we're breathing the same air right now. Like we always, like we're like the same. There's no difference. Like I'm in the room with Pharrell. It's like there's no difference between you and like fucking Spike Lee, bro. Like
Yeah,
at
for
the
real.
end of the
That's
day,
Spike Lee.
No, it's
Spike Lee.
No, Spike Lee. No, but the thing about it is, I feel like the difference between me and Spike
the
is
journey.
is the journey and the discipline. He put his head down and he went.
Exactly.
And with that's kind of what I'm doing. It's just like, okay, I get it. Let me put my head down, put it in time, and go. You feel me? And eventually, consistency will get me there.
Yeah.
Consistency will get me there, and it just happens from consistency. But yeah, that's cool. I just wanted to. I thought that was interesting in the interviews that we saw, so I wanted to ask you about that. All right, check it out. So before we head out, we got this segment called Dear Internet, right? And so this is your message to everybody listening, right? Your last goodbye to them. Anything you want to leave them with. Face that camera
So
and
finish the cup.
Yeah, finish the cup, and then Dear Internet, whatever your message is to them.
all right, dear internet, stop hating on people. Stop worrying about what other people are doing. Do you create your own lane? Take chances. And, you know, everything will play out. You know, as long as you believe in yourself and believe in your journey and you know where you're going, there's nobody that can steer you away from it or, like, tell you otherwise. So, fuck everybody else. Worry about what you're doing. Get this money.
All right, where can we find you on the gram?
Yo, find me SN3L, Snell. Very simple, 4 letters. Well, 3 letters and 1 number.
Yeah.
SN3L. Twitter, Mike Snell. Yeah, that's about it right
Fire.
there. Facebook, Instagram, whatever. MySpace.
All right, check it out. For more episodes like this, head over to LIQpodcast.com. Feel free to click around. We got some merch available. All proceeds go back into the podcast. If you like the content we're putting out, please make sure you subscribe. And if you want to be on the show, give us a phone call, 626-209-9402. And ask us anything. Without you guys, we don't have too much dialogue to talk about. So this is an interactive show. I always say we like the FUBU of podcasting.
FUBU.
It's for us, by us. So yeah, I mean, we're a community out here just trying to get it. So until next time, it's the LIQ Podcast. Oh, hold on. We need the bombs. All right, let's go. All right, thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Shh.